Hey everyone, in this video we're going to do some financial statement analysis for Rivian stock. This is going to be a very introductory financial statement analysis, trying to make it less intimidating and more accessible to non-financial professionals. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Let's take a look at Rivian's financial statement.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so here I have Rivian's latest 10Q, and the entire document is 117 pages. I've gone through and highlighted certain key areas that I want to begin with, and these are the areas that I think are most informative and most accessible to a broader range of interested investors. So let's jump right in with the overview, and Rivian saying that they design, develop, and manufacture category-defining EVs accessories and sell them directly to consumers in the consumer and commercial markets. There's a lot there. So Rivian is saying they're planning to make EVs, number one, and number two, they're not only targeting the consumer market, but they're also targeting the business market with their electric delivery vans. And then third, they're not going with the dealership business model. They're going directly to customers. So that says a lot about Rivian's business, its business model, and its plans for the long term. Additionally, Rivian has designed the business to deliver fast-paced innovation cycles. So they're trying to be ready to innovate quickly. And so far, we haven't seen very much of that yet. They're still in their first generation vehicles, but their next generation, the R2, is set to be coming out within the next couple of years. So it remains to be seen if they can actually deliver on this planned fast-paced innovation, because it's difficult to do. Innovation is one of the harder things to achieve, especially if you're a car manufacturer. These are expensive items that require significant capital investment, as we'll see later how many billions of dollars Rivian has already invested in the business. And then if you want to do this business, but also do it in an innovative style, in a leading edge innovative style, that's going to be even more expensive. So for now, they have the R1T, which is a 2-row 5-passenger pickup truck, and the R1S, which is a 3-row 7-passenger SUV. According to management, the SUV is the more popular selling model than the R1T, although we haven't had an official breakdown, a breakout of the different categories and sales. They've just hinted at the fact that the R1S is a more popular, more highly demanded model. So Rivian's initial claim to fame was its deal with Amazon. Amazon is a major investor in Rivian stock, and Amazon has also placed an initial order of 100,000 electric delivery vans, but this order is subject to modification. In fact, recent news suggested that they did modify this agreement. It's no longer exclusive, so Rivian can make deals with other companies to sell their electric delivery van, and they've already made an announcement that they made a deal with AT&T to deliver their electric vehicle vans to AT&T. So already they're making progress in attracting new massive businesses soon after adapting this deal with Amazon. So that was exciting for Rivian investors. So as of September 30th, they had produced 39,691 vehicles and delivered 36,000. Since this financial statement was released, Rivian did update fourth quarter delivery numbers, and they exceeded 54,000 units. So they exceeded their target for how many vehicles they were planning to produce in 2023, which was rare because most EV companies in 2023 struggled and they actually lowered their production targets. So Rivian was the rare outperformer in the EV industry in 2023. So in addition to selling vehicles, Rivian aims to sell services. Services are a key part of its growth strategy. They offer a variety of services, including financing, insurance, maintenance, repair, charging, fleet operating system solutions that they believe will grow their revenue outside of vehicle sales. And as is usually the case with every business, Services are a higher margin recurring revenue stream. So if they can grow the services part of the business, it's likely that the services part of the business will be higher profit margin and likely much, much higher profit margin than the vehicle side of the business. So this is something that Rivian stock investors should pay close attention to. I will be updating this as we go along with Rivian, and building out its services are a key part of its strategy. So the more cars you sell, the more it offers the opportunity to sell services to those cars that are on the road. Theoretically, a vehicle company could sell their cars at break even prices and try to make most of its money on services. It could sell you the car, whatever it costs them to make it, and make no profit on the sale of the car, with the hopes that you'll buy insurance from them, you'll finance from them, you'll do your maintenance and repair with them, you'll charge your vehicle with them. All of that can drive even greater profit margin than selling you the car at a small profit margin. So this is something that Rivian is planning to do. And so far, we've seen some progress in this regard, but it's too early to tell how much success they will have in this. And a big thing for Rivian stock investors is that they do plan for international expansion. Right now, they're mainly in the US, but they do plan for international expansion. So this will open a bigger market for them, larger unit sales when or if this happens. They are planning on it, but it's not guaranteed that they will do it. But if they can achieve it, it opens up greater markets, which increases economies in scale, which will do wonders for its profitability. Okay, so now we'll get a look at some numbers. So far, we've been mostly looking at explanations and some qualitative information from the financial statement. Here we get a breakdown of Rivian's cost of revenue and gross profit. So you'll notice its gross profit year over year improved. In 2022, in the third quarter, they lost 917 million in gross profit. In 2023, that improved to a loss of 477 million. In the 9 months ended September 30th, their loss improved by roughly 700 million from 2.1 billion down to a loss of 1.4 billion. Still, that's a massive loss, $1.4 billion for the 9 months ended September 30th. And that was in overall, their cost of revenues increased to 4.5 billion. It's expensive to build cars. Now, their gross profit improved by 700 million, despite the fact that they increased their delivery volume and production volume by nearly triple, growing their delivery volume from 12,000 to 36,000, and they only improved their gross profit by 700 million. That's a little bit concerning for Rivian stock investors because they're not going to triple their delivery volume. This was an exceptional year for Rivian when they really ramped up production. They're going to have, this might be the only year where their revenue, where their delivery volume triples. From here on out, they're going to grow. They're expected to grow thousands of units every year. But I don't think they're going to have another year where they grow delivery volume by triple, right? This was just the initial ramp up stage. And so to grow your volume triple and only improve your gross profit by 1/3 was a little bit concerning. Hopefully they can make better progress going forward in improving profitability and profit margin expansion. Management has said that they will achieve gross profit margin in the next few years. So let's see if they do indeed deliver on their forecast for achieving gross profit margin relatively soon, despite the fact that it appears that they are a long ways away from achieving that feat. All right, so I will end with this final comment that Rivian management makes here. As we continue ramping production lines designed for higher volumes, we have experienced and continue to experience negative gross profit margin as our volumes are lower than actual capacity. However, we expect negative gross profit margin to continue improving on a per vehicle basis as we improve production levels, implement new technologies, increase selling prices, and achieve commercial cost savings on materials. So there's a lot of assumptions here built in for Rivian Let's start with the last one. That is something that many manufacturers have been able to achieve, so it's reasonable to assume that Rivian can do it too. In that when you produce a higher unit volume, you can negotiate better deals from suppliers and you can get your materials at lower prices. So that's something that is common among manufacturing companies. You can expect them to achieve that. The other things are a little bit harder. Increasing average selling prices, I don't know about that. What did we hear in 2023 about electric vehicles? There was a price war, and the majority of EV companies were lowering their prices, and there's an abundant supply of EVs coming onto the market. So I would be a bit skeptical that it can increase average selling prices unless it's delivering um, in model higher prices. So not just a price increase, but a quality increase. And then improving their cost per vehicle as production levels increase. That's another thing that is very achievable. They're built to produce much more vehicles, right? The last management said they have capacity to make 150,000 vehicles, and they only made like 54,000 in 2023. So up to that 150,000 point, as they ramp up to that scale, that's going to continue making progress in profitability because they've already got that capacity. So for the most part, this is achievable. The only thing I would be curious about is increasing their average selling price. Other than that, the other planned improvements I think they can achieve, and they've already demonstrated they can achieve. All right, so there you have it, a basic financial statement analysis for Rivian stock. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time and a lot of other videos you could be watching. So I truly appreciate that you chose to watch this one. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe or the like button. They'll both help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you again.